Over the years, we have always wondered why victims of traumatic events always end up in the same situation over and over again. This could be physical, emotional, or childhood trauma. In my research done over the years, I would like to share the actual reason why this happens, its effects and factors contributing to it, as well as mitigation factors. Revictimization is when one suffers abuse again after a series of previous abuse from childhood or teenagehood. It can manifest in multiple ways, including repeated abuse by the same person or people, harm caused by similar situations or individuals, systemic revictimization, such as re-traumatization through legal processes, factors contributing to revictimization. Several factors contribute to revictimization, often linked to the victim's history and the societal structures they interact with. These are psychological effects of initial trauma. People who experience trauma may develop certain coping mechanisms or feelings of powerlessness, which can make them vulnerable to further abuse. Isolation and lack of support systems. An individual who lacks strong, supportive relationships or access to resources might find themselves isolated and more susceptible to repeated victimization. Cultural and societal norms. Societal tolerance or minimization of abuse, as well as victim-blaming attitudes, can lead to re-victimization, as observed in many cases. If an individual's prior victimization is ignored or dismissed, they may not receive the support needed to escape harmful cycles. Chronic stress and mental health issues. Ongoing mental health issues, often exacerbated by past trauma, can increase the likelihood of returning to harmful situations. Impacts of revictimization. Psychologically, consequences of revictimization can be far-reaching and deeply distressing cognitively. These include emotional and psychological damage. Victims tend to experience depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD). This worsens by the compounded nature of repeated trauma. Lowered self-esteem and self-worth. Repeated abuse can erode a person's sense of self, making it harder to break free from harmful situations. Trust issues and relationship difficulties. Revictimization often results in damaged trust both in others and in oneself, which can affect future relationships and the ability to form good bonds. Physical health issues, chronic stress, anxiety, and depression can lead to physical health problems like chronic pain, headaches, or gastrointestinal issues. How to mitigate revictimization. Preventing revictimization requires a combination of individual, social, and institutional efforts, which include creation of safe and supportive environments. This can be done through establishing spaces where victims of trauma feel safe, supported, and believed. Education and awareness. Educating individuals about the cycle of trauma and revictimization helps to raise awareness of the issue and break harmful patterns. Support networks like therapy and support groups play a critical role in this process. Strengthening legal protections. Laws and policies must be put in place to protect victims from further abuse. This can be enforcing, restraining, preventing institutional harm. Promoting trauma-informed care. Medical, psychological, and legal professionals can be trained in trauma-informed care to prevent it. In conclusion, revictimization is a significant and often overlooked issue that can have long-lasting emotional, physical, and psychological effects. By understanding its causes, impacts, and how to prevent it, society can provide better support to those at risk of further revictimization. Breaking the cycle requires a combined effort from individuals, communities, and institutions to ensure that survivors receive the care, protection, and respect they deserve.